just want to say this. Andy Joshua, like, changing training and everything else, we know this part here, yeah? But what advice would you give to Andy Joshua if he was to take this rematch with Usyk? And how would you fight Usyk if you were in his position?
For me, fighting Usyk would be, it would be a mission. It would be a mission in the sense of where I have to win this mission. I have to make it. So, when you say how I would fight him, I'll go right at it. It's a war.
That's what you said. Roadman thing.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? That's how Anthony Joshua has to fight that fight.
1 second.
They tried that with me. They tried that with me a couple times. And the way I like dealt with it is I gave them something they didn't know. The first time that happened to me, I think it was, who was that again? Zoltan Magrovich.
Yeah.
I started, he was coming strong. Then I switch up my style on him and start giving some right hand leads.
Those are the words of Lennox Lewis. Big up England, big up, as he was on Tonde and Spencer Farron's show, Stamina for Sale. Please subscribe to that particular channel. Great knowledge with the knowledge and Tonde. And they had Lennox Lewis, and those were the words of Lennox Lewis, as you guys seen and heard. Let me counterpunch. What Lennox Lewis said is absolutely true. Like 100% dead on. You have to take it to Usyk, but that's all in fighting or going against a certain flow of things. See, the certain flow of things with Usyk would be what Joshua allowed him to do as far as boxing. See, Joshua shouldn't have allowed himself to get in a boxing match with Oleksandr Usyk. And as you guys know, my prediction, my counterpunch on Joshua Usyk, if Joshua tried to box or outbox Oleksandr Usyk, he was going to get outboxed. And that's exactly what happened, and I think that at the end of the day, I feel that Joshua has to take it to him. He has to take the initiative, okay? See, Lennox Lewis was talking about his stories of him being great, Lennox the Lewis the Great, and this, that, and the other, but Lennox Lewis had a way to innately, turn something on because he knew this wasn't working at this particular time, okay? Now, the question is, can Joshua do that? Back to Lewis. Lewis is like, okay, well, hey, they tried this with me. Now I'm going to make it a dog fight. Now I have to, like he said, make it a mission. I have to win this fight. There is no, hey, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do there? I don't think Joshua is as educated as far as instinct as Lennox Lewis. I don't think he knows how to turn a switch on. You can't teach someone to be a dog. They have to already be one. Joshua can fight, but he can only do what people teach him to do. He can only do what are instructed people tell him to, how people instruct him. Okay, have you seen that? It's like, hey, you have to tell Joshua to do this at a particular time. Okay? Now, the problem I have with Rob McCracken and everybody else that worked with him, especially Rob at that time, is they should know Joshua by now to know what he can and cannot do, what he will and will not do. See, that fight shouldn't have been like, hey, this is what you got to do. No. Okay, Joshua, it's time. I know you can do this, so we need this from you. We didn't hear any of that. We heard brilliant. We heard great. We heard all these different positive things that were not appropriate at the time. Okay, that's what we heard from Joshua in the camp, what we could hear, okay, because I did the live just to hear if he was giving him falsified or misinformation to Joshua, but he was in a sense because he was blinding him by the fight itself. The fight wasn't going the way they said it was or narrating it in the corner, okay, so Joshua, he gave that look of, oh, what? because he didn't think that he lost that fight like that. He thought he was in a tough, gritty fight based on how his corner explained to him, okay? But him doing what Lennox Lewis is saying doing, yeah, that's absolutely right, but can he do that? Okay? Now, the good news is, here's the good news with Joshua. I think at this point, I think he's backed up into a corner. The pressure is building. Pressure busts pipes. It does. And I think at this point, he has no choice but to be a dog, but to do what he needs to do, but to become aggressive. You know, because this is the mission. This is a mission for his career, to save his career, to stay on top, because if he doesn't, people won't look at him the same. You know, even though, yeah, he's been beaten by 2 people in his career and he avenged one, but that one guy he cannot beat, and that one guy is Oleksandr Usyk. And Usyk will go on to be that guy, you know, and everything will go, like Tyson Fury said, back to the Ukraine, okay, like it was the first damn 2000 or the mid 2000s on through the last part of the last decade of the 2000s. Most of the 2000s, should I add, belong to the Klitschko's. And if Usyk beats Anthony Joshua, and let's say it's by stoppage, it will be a dominant structure and a dominant statement that the Ukrainians are back in effect. The only difference is it won't be 2, it'll just be 1. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Lennox Lewis and his breakdown of what Anthony Joshua needs to do in this fight. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.